everyone. It is 2022, and we have invited you to come in so that we can begin to talk about the year of abundance and increase. I am Pastor Annette Jones, the senior pastor of South Suburban Missionary Baptist Church. And I am so excited about today's midweek moment because this entire month of January, we will be talking about health is wealth. Really talking about what do we need to do in order to get our bodies in better alignment so that we can have a great year. With the rise of COVID-19 cases and new variants, it has led to a renewed interest in preventive care and a focus on body positivity, physical exercise, better nutrition, and exploring new wellness choices. Our bodies can fight against sickness and disease when it has the proper rest, the right nutrition, and the willpower for us to get up and get moving. We really can heal ourselves with regular maintenance and preventive care. So in this 2022 year of abundance and increase at South Suburban, we believe that opportunities for God to add to our bounty include physical, mental, and spiritual wealth. So I want to welcome to this midweek moment a registered nurse, Monica Jackson, to come in and join us. She is my niece, and I'm so excited for her being part of this conversation on today. So come on in, Monica.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here to share just some insight with you all, give you some information I've gathered over my professional career, and also just some personal stories from my own personal journey. So I'm so excited, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Well, thank you, Monica. And I'm so glad you reminded me to also say it as well. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you all for joining us again for this most important conversation about our own well-being, about our own health, because health is wealth. So, Monica, we're going to get right into our conversation on today. In your profession, how do you help people to live healthier lives?
As a nurse, first of all, one of the things I do to help people live a healthier life is offer compassion, provide education to patients and people in the community. Also, I act as an advocate. So a lot of people often don't know or have a voice or feel like they have a voice when it involves healthcare and healthcare professionals. So I offer my voice. I speak for my patients. I try to speak for the community, for the things that we need, the things that matter to us. Because a lot of people are afraid to say things to the doctor or afraid to bring up things that they think are just small and minute, and actually it can end up being something major because we know our bodies. So therefore, I try to make sure that my patients understand, or people in the community understand, don't be afraid to speak up for your body, for what's going on with you. Anything you feel has changed, anything you feel is different, to be a voice. I also, as a nurse, we provide resources, education, and just try to come to the level where the patient is, not where we are as healthcare professionals, but where the people are, and help them with what they need. Um, I guess also we try to promote diet, exercise changes, um, just getting people to realize just sometimes a little step can end up being making a major difference in their lives. So I guess just try to give out information, try to be a beacon of change, try to provide hope, and overall just compassion and understanding.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's what a nurse does. And you all have such a compassionate heart. And that's a wonderful thing because sometimes they say doctors don't have the best bedside manners. And so you need nurses to come in and to help console those that need that comforting spirit, those people who would come in and help you to navigate through those tough times. I know in our African American community, we have high risk, whether it's diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, even tooth and gum disease. You talked a little bit about doing small things and making small steps. What other types of preventive care or ways in which we can take charge of our health and begin to lower these trends?
I took a couple of notes so that I could try to get off some major points and not forget them. I think with preventative care, one thing we can do is schedule regular visits with our healthcare providers. If you're someone that's genuinely healthy, you should still see a healthcare professional at least once a year. They call it a wellness checkup or yearly physical. For those of us who go by the old school, just yearly physical, but or just a wellness, well-being check on yourself yearly. If you do have medical conditions and they're controlled, you should be seeing a doctor and getting lab workup at least twice a year. If you have medical conditions and it's not controlled, you should at least be seeing the doctor every 2 to 3 months until you get to a control status. Also, diet, exercise. As I said previously before, about trying to provide instructions to be a beacon of change. Be a beacon of change for yourself. Switch it up. Think about doing things differently. Increasing your water intake, hydration. Dehydration can actually lead to a lot of things that make you literally feel bad. Hydrate, move around. As you mentioned earlier, just movement, basic movement. Just get up sometimes and just move. Get your blood circulating, get your heart to pumping. Also, we can do things as far as shopping. When we shop, make alternative changes. Instead of the chips, maybe try some healthier peanuts or almonds or cashews, fruit, not just for ourselves, for our children. Their snacks, switch it up, switch it out. Start introducing them to more fruit and vegetable snack choices. Also, other things we can do preventively is also when we see our healthcare providers, we need to ask for lab work. Even if you are more on the healthier side, tell the doctor, I want you to run a complete blood panel for me and go over the results. Schedule for us a visit or a phone call, video visit, or whatever now to go over the results. If you do have medical conditions, you want to have labs drawn and review with you. You want to look at your kidney levels. You want to look at your cholesterol levels. You want to look at your blood counts. Because oftentimes we often say, oh, I just feel good, I'm okay. But no, you want to keep an eye on those things just so that you do stay okay. Also, another preventive measure is, like I said, with changing up your diet, going for more fresh foods, less processed food. And I know for a lot of African Americans or people of color in our communities, we live in food deserts, so that's harder. But we have to try to put in an effort to do more fruits and vegetables, even if you have to start with frozen fruits and vegetables out the frozen section, not necessarily out of the can, but just implementing that. Just like I said, thinking outside of the box. So, say for instance, you implement one day out of a week more less meat or meatless Monday, or so making changes like that can make a difference. Oftentimes, my family will do beginning of the year, we'll do go off meat for like maybe 3 months, and we all try to do it and we challenge each other to see who will make it, and we encourage each other. We come up with recipes and ideas. And if you're a family with children, look up vegetarian recipes like that's kid friendly, that you all can do together and things like that. So you just want to start thinking outside of the box. And also, one of the biggest things preventatively is not just on the medical side, but it's also on the mental side. You want to take care of your emotional health. You want to take care of your mental health. You want to do self-care. You want to take moments to just have a seat, breathe, relax. If you like to read, say, I'm going to read a couple of pages out of the book for this week, just as my me time. or just have time where you just say, I just want to just sit and listen to music, listen to
Oh,
some jazz or something that calms you, because it's mind, body, and spirit. So you have to also take care of your mind as well as your body. So I think that aids a lot in preventative care, taking care of the mind, because the body will follow.
amen. Amen. I love that. And I think you're right. Switching up our diets and trying to do something different as we move into this year to really begin to pay attention to those early signs of things that are happening. One of the things that you mentioned was going to see your doctor. And that was one of the questions I was going to have for you is, how often should we consult our professionals or our doctors, and what information should we share in our consultations with them? And I think you kind of answered that and said, go once a year at least, go twice a year if you have something that's controlled, and more often 2 to 3 months, you said, if it's something that's out of control, until it gets to a place of being in control. Well, we know that there are so many of us, and it's all communities. It's not just one ethnic group, but it's all
Hmm.
of us who are having problems with either going to the doctor on a regular. I don't know if it's because of health insurance, or if it's just because they're scared or afraid of the doctor. Maybe they've had bad experiences and all those kinds of things. And so, what kind of advice or what steps do we need to start today and going forward, you think we can do to improve our lives and start us on the right journey?
Okay, let me just revisit one thing real quick. Also, with scheduling doctor visits, we should also try to schedule yearly eye exams, especially those of us who have medical conditions such as diabetes or hypertension. That is very important and is often overlooked. And also trying to get to the dentist, which is mostly everyone's not favorite place to visit,
Yeah.
but twice a year. And I know for a lot of people it may be an insurance issue, but those of us that have health insurance too, it is set up already for you to have those visits twice a year for the dentist, once a year for the eye doctor. You're already paying for those things. Utilize them. Those of us that don't have health insurance, it's just trying to find resources or information on uh, programs that help the uninsured, because they are out there as well, so that you can be checked up on too. And you because your body is important and it matters.
Yeah.
I know your next question was some of the things that we can start doing now. I know that the questions that was kind of sent to me was like, with us being in the culture we're in now with the climate, whether we're in now with COVID, and a lot of us are more so staying at home. We're not really going into the office anymore. And so our lives are different. We're pretty much homebound most of the time.
Mhm.
Um, some of the suggestions that I had was when you're home, you can still move around. If
Absolutely.
you have a home where you have stairs, go up and down the stairs a couple of times
Yeah.
a day. If you don't have stairs, even or you're older, just sometimes walking back and forth through your home or apartment just gets you up, gets you moving. Just doing that several times throughout the day. When you're home, if you can get like some dumbbells while you're even sitting there, or you're working from home, or you're watching TV, just get them and just start doing just arm curls. That
Yeah.
gets you moving. Um, like squats, even squats on a chair, like those that have knee problems, not where you're necessarily going all the way down, but you have something to anchor you. You can do it's a lot of home exercises. So even if you get on YouTube and look up home exercises or workouts, you can do that. Different ideas to do. Also, I would say like stretching. It's stretching, it gets the body blood circulating in the body. It's important. It's something that you can do that's free. You don't really have to leave your home, but it will get you moving and kind of help your body with being preventive measures. As far as like movement is very important. I'm just gonna glance at my notes because it was something I know I wanted to make sure I did not forget. um Oh, also hydration. hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Hydration.
I
Hmm.
cannot say that enough. Oftentimes we have so many people, I don't like water. I don't really want to drink water. It doesn't give me a taste. But hydration is key, especially in the climate we're in with a lot of people that we know or uh, with COVID on the rise. I'm just getting over coming out of quarantine myself. And one of the things, and I have friends that was also quarantining, and I know I have a friend that does not like water. So I would call her almost every day and say, how many bottles of water or cups of water have you drunk? And
Hmm.
not to be pushy, I would say, okay, well, if you did 3 today, let's just add another one because hydration helps keeps us healed. Our body having water helps us because dehydration, a lot of times you'll think, oh, a nagging headache, or I just feel really tired. And a lot of times you don't know, you're simply dehydrated.
Hmm.
So definitely adding more water, taking out, switching out a juice or a soda. A lot of people like a soda or juice with dinner. So once or twice a week, say, I'm going to switch that out and add a bottle of an extra bottle of water with my meals.
Hmm.
Hydration is really, really, really important. We don't hear that enough. Um,
Absolutely.
so I also said, when you go shopping, um just switch out, make healthier choices, or you can still have dip, just instead of like maybe do some cucumbers with that, carrots, instead of the chips.
Yeah.
um and I had to learn that myself, and then I also realized too, even in this quarantine I was doing the last couple of weeks, and I was using Instacart and having groceries delivered, I found myself adding chips and cookies, and I'm like, wait a minute, we had stopped that. But it's easy, it's comfort food, it's emotional. You're like, oh, well, I'm here, I can't really do anything. You get bored, but not that you can't have those things, just maybe not all the time. Or if you go to the grocery store, every 2 weeks, maybe 1 week you go down that aisle, grab like a few things, and then the next time trip you say, nope, I'm going to replace the cookies with something else, I'm going to replace the chips with something else. So begins to be a mindset, and then once you start to do the changes, it helps. And then when you don't have it in the house, most of the time you won't eat it because you're not going to keep running out to the store to get it.
Absolutely.
um and also, like, we have the convenience now of Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates. But even on those apps, they do have places that offer salads. So, because I do understand we still operate under convenience. So,
Hmm.
so sometimes just ordering something is so much more convenient. But just you can still change it up, make healthier choices even when you're ordering,
So
or have.
wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. I think you've hit the nail on so many questions that I had, which was the hydration piece. How many bottles of water, and even if you don't uh, drink uh, 3 or 4 glasses a day, start where you are today, and
Yeah.
then keep adding, so that by the end of the year or so forth, you're up to 8 bottles, or you're up to 8 cups of water at least a day. So that's definitely good. And continuing to move. I like what you shared, even at home with us being in this COVID environment and working remotely, that we can still do exercises, whether we're sitting down or whether we have other physical challenges. We can find a way to get up and get moving. I think it's important for us to make sure that we get up every day with purpose, that we get up with a mindset that today I'm going to move a little bit more than I did on yesterday, and then just getting started, and not allowing your mind to overcome your body, and what your body needs. If you tell your mind what to do and you can do that, then your body will conform. And
Yes.
so you were so right with that. Look, I know we're getting close to the end of our time. And so I want to ask, do you have any resources or anything that you want to share in order for us to stay informed about maintaining good health?
I did get a couple of resources. The Mayo Clinic is a good resource, and then also,
Are
I
they easy to connect with, the Mayo Clinic?
well, actually. I know I go there often for questions and information, and then oftentimes it will lead you to other sites and resources.
Okay.
Also, like there's apps that help with how much water did I drink today. Like it'll set a timer for you on your phone or your watch and give you a reminder, like, or you can set it like, well, remind me to drink water every 2 hours while awake.
Yeah.
So that's a resource. Fitness Pal is also an app that you can place on your phone that helps you with counting your movements or your steps. And even it has a place like for your menu ideas and recipes and things like that for keeping up with your calories and um, things
What's
like
the name
that.
of that one again, Monica?
Fitness Pal.
Fitness Pal. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then you can like just look up like the water app is on the phone. I also said there is you also got to kind of look into what you're into. Some people are more into vitamins, and also like that was one of the things I meant to mention earlier when you talked to your doctor about vitamin levels, like with in the current comment with COVID, the 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 knowledge or the emphasis on vitamin D levels have really come forward. So you want to know about some of the core vitamins like vitamin D. That's good to take even now as like a thing to help build up your immune system as we are still dealing with COVID on the rise. Vitamins such as zinc, vitamin B levels. Those individuals who work like off shift, because when COVID started coming and I started learning more about vitamin D levels, I asked to be tested myself. And my vitamin D levels were so low. And I'm like, well, why didn't anyone ever think to test that? And I work off shift hours. And most off shift hour people, we're away from the sun. We sleep when the sun is up. So just looking up things like that, the different vitamin levels. So like what kind of piques your interest? Some documentaries you can watch is Heal. It came out in 2017. It's on Netflix. Forks Over Knives help us with like helping change our diets. Like thinking more plant based. Sometimes if you want to include some plant based days into your family's meal plan. A book I would recommend is How to Be Well. It's the 6 keys to a happy and healthy life, and it's by Frank Lipman, MD.
All
So it
right.
gives a lot of good insight.
Well, thank you. Those are some great resources. And truly, since so many people have cell phones, putting those apps on, I know one that I have is on breathing, tells you, gives me a
Meditation.
pause and reminds me to breathe. And it says just 1 minute of breathing could help your stress levels, help bring your focus back, and all of that. And so that to me is a great app. And I have an exercise one. So there are so many that can be on your phone or your watch that you can begin to use. I'm so addicted now to this Apple Watch that
Yes, yes.
when I get ready to exercise, if I don't have it, I mean, I'm running to find it. I'm like, I need my watch so that it can track my miles and it can, it can tell me what I've done, my progress. So I think that is wonderful, and definitely those resources that you've given us, I think would be great. I'm going to try to go to Netflix and watch a few myself. So, Monica, as we get ready to close, I want to really thank you for joining us and being part of our South Suburban community, and talking to us about health, because again, health is wealth. If we're not healthy, then everything else can fall by the wayside. So we definitely need to make sure that our body is so much better and better fit for what we have going on in our lives. And so, as we close, are there any best practices we should know, or any parting words that you might want to share with us?
I would share self care, because self care also leads to healthier living, healthier lifestyle. And even if you do already have documented medical conditions, improving your self care and taking care of self, and like even like you said with the app of just sometimes breathing. We have to realize that that is important and it's okay. Oftentimes,
Yeah,
we in our communities we are not told that that is okay. So even if
yeah,
it's getting a massage or doing a manicure pedicure on yourself at home, or taking time to just breathe, it
yeah.
is okay because it's mind, body, and spirit, and that all equates to us having overall wellness. So that
Absolutely.
would be my advice.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. And hopefully, we'll be talking to you more in this year, because this year really is all about self-care and preventive care, and just making sure that our bodies are well. And so, Monica, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.